and welcome to Sumo Mainichi. It's Dave and Amy here. Well, just Dave here at the moment. We're jumping on a little bit late to start this Juryo live stream today, but welcome. It's day one of a Natsu, a basho. And we're just getting ourselves sorted here. Mitoryu up against Wakanosho. Looks like they're about to go. Mitoryu at Juryo 12, Wakanosho at Juryo 11. Mitoryu takes the charge of Wakanosho. Wakanosho working hard, has Mitoryu in all sorts of trouble and delivers a nice series of tsupari attacks to finish off Mitoryu. A great way for Wakanosho to kick off Natsu with that win. We'll see the replay here. A very, very positive start for Wakanosho, attacking the throat, really causing Mitoryu to go on the defensive early. A better start for Wakanosho, who went 7-8 back in March on debut in Juryo. He was given another shot at Juryo 11, and it looks like he's going to take that second chance and do something with it. The next bout, the next two competitors stepping up on to the dojo, we have Kazekeno and Hatsuyama. And it looks like Amy's just come into the studio. Starting a little bit late today, it's Mother's Day here in Australia. But we're very happy to be with you right now. Welcome back, Sumo. Welcome back, Amy.
Oh, it's thrilling to be here. I'm sorry I was a little bit late. I am having a work emergency.
Yes.
But it seems to be all sorted out just in time for Kazekeno and Hatsuyama. They fought 3 times before, and Hatsuyama has won all 3 of these. They find themselves fighting on day 1 of Natsu Basho. Natsu Basho, here we are.
We are indeed. Kazekeno maybe matching Hatsuyama with that darkness on the inside. Kazekeno, I should say, 25 years old, coming in at Juryo 11.
Look, Hatsuyama, he's young to be so thoughtful, so dark inside, just really thinking about what sumo means to him, what sumo means to all his loved ones, and he's come up blank.
Oh, well, he has. I mean, they often say that the best sumo you can do is when you go out there and keep your mind blank, but his thoughts always turn to darkness, Hatsuyama.
He's from Tamanoi Bay. He is 190 centimetres. He's a tall fellow, and he's looking to get his second Kachikoshi in a row. Went 8 and 7 in March. He's at his highest rank of Juryo 10.
Well, it's a beautiful day in Melbourne, Australia, where we are coming at you from. It's also a beautiful day in Tokyo, Japan. 25 degrees Celsius, 77 degrees Fahrenheit, clear skies. It's a good day for sumo. What can Hatsuyama dig up from the depths of his soul at Juryo 10?
It is so lovely to see everyone in the chat. I know we worried you. We were not there, but now we're here. Now we're all enjoying sumo together. Now we are experiencing the vibe of sumo, and the first bout we'll talk about today is Kazekeno Hatsuyama.
I did a bout while
Did
you were
you?
out. Yeah. What do you think? I'm just going to sit here in silence?
Beautiful. Hatsuyama coming forward strongly, but Kazekeno comes back, and as he comes back, Hatsuyama backs off quickly and Kazekeno falls down to the ground. That's a win on day 1 for Hatsuyama.
Hatsuyama demonstrating some deft footwork. You saw as Kazekeno launched that final attack, Hatsuyama nearly lose his feet, but manages to stay up. And that's the Hatsuyama gift that he has to the sumo world, is that great footwork. As we take the replay, very positive offense from Kazekeno. But as they start moving backwards here, Abema robbing us of any shots of the feet there. So we have to imagine.
They were zoomed in. They'd gone up the body. Don't go up the body too early, that's what I say.
Especially when Hatsuyama's on the dojo. Don't concentrate on upstairs only. You need a full body shot. because that's the way he does his sumo. A couple of young fans in, eating lunch with Dad. So we take a quick break here.
Well, let me talk about the bouts that have happened already. So you would have talked about the Wakanosho Mitoryu bout, that Wakanosho won. Good news for him. We saw Nabatame come out on top against Miyanokaze. So Miyanokaze is Miyagi Shin Juryo, and has changed his shikona. He is from stable's gone out of my mind. Nakamura, of course.
Oh, of course, yeah.
I always think Nishonozeki. Have I cemented him in Nakamura in my mind? Obviously
Well,
not.
clearly not. But
Mita
that's okay.
beat Daiamami. So Mita Shin Juryo as well just come up and gets a win on day one. And Mudoho as well. The third Shin Juryo is beat Kitanowaka. Kitanowaka returning after
breaking his
break.
leg off, I think, is what happened there.
They
Came
sewed
clean
it
off.
back on, which is good news. Mudoho beating Kitanowaka, Mita beating Daiamami, Nabatame beating Miyanokaze, and Wakanosho beating Mitori. We just saw Hatsuyama beat Kazukeno. And now we have Tohakuryu up against Tsurugisho.
Well, two Juryo mainstays up against each other. Tohakuryu coming in at Juryo 10, Tsurugisho on Juryo 9. They've met 10 times in the past, these two. 8-2 is the record to Tsurugisho. Has dominated Tohakuryu in the past. As we see a Tsurugisho fan. A lonely Tsurugisho fan up in the crowd as we take a very nice close-up of the man in question. The man in red, Tsurugisho, heading back to the corner.
Hopefully she'll be celebrating a win.
Celebrating.
I took so long to think of that.
That's all right.
So long.
It was worth the wait.
Now I can't stop saying it. I have a little lisp anyway, so I think I say it anyway. I'm on board with Tsurugisho.
Tohakuryu, back in March at Juryo 9, went 7-8, dropping those final 2 days to get a Makakoshi losing record. Looking to kick off Natsu with a more positive start, but he's going to be up against it today. The bigger, more experienced Tsurugisho, his opponent. Look at Tsurugisho leaning so far back. How does he stay upright? I mean, he's front-loaded, let's face it. Tohakuryu on the left, Tsurugisho on the right. Tohakuryu attacking high. Tsurugisho takes some steps backwards, and Tohakuryu cleverly pulls Tsurugisho as he comes forward to launch a counter-attack. Smart and economical sumo from Tohakuryu today.
It was. It's what he loves to do. He helped himself to a pretty sweet pull there. Tsurugisho served it up to him on a platter, and he partook. He comes in here with a tsupari. It worked well for him. He couldn't push Tsurugisho back any further, but he did then vacate the area, make that space to pull Tsurugisho down to the ground. That's a win for Tohakuryu. He's coming off a 7-8 Makakoshi score in March at Juryo 9. Just bumped down one rank. He's Juryo 10.
Could I say that win had notes of Abi?
Yes, yeah.
With the opening attack and then the pull down.
Well, look, we've gained a increased appreciation of pushing and thrusting from the latest episode of Doskoi's Sumo Salon. Oh, no. In that show, and if you haven't watched it before, just Google it. I'm not going to spell it. I thought about trying to spell it, and I'm not sure I can.
It's as it sounds.
It's very good. It's very, very good. And each episode they delve into an aspect of sumo, I suppose. And this last one was pushing and thrusting. And I thought, I know about pushing and thrusting. And let me tell you, I didn't.
I thought exactly the same thing. I'm like, how are they going to stretch this out to 45 minutes? And it turns out that the way they did that was the special guest was Taka Keisho.
Yeah, and he was fantastic, wasn't he?
There have been a lot of people talking to me on the street about the insights that Taka Keisho has. I think he's a newly minted sumo genius. But I mean, he's always been a sumo genius. But you start to hear his insights and the poetry by which he explains things that look quite simple out on the dojo. I mean, Taka Keisho, I'm predicting he's going to have a more successful career off the dojo than he had on, and he got to Ozeki.
Well, he also looks like a fresh little baby. He has lost so much weight. His face has totally changed. He looks so happy, and as you said, he's finding his life after sumo, and I think he's enjoying it.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I did see on social media that his weight loss has gone viral in Japan. He's looking younger and younger. Absolutely reverse aging, Taka
Benjamin
Keisho.
Button. I've never seen that movie.
Me
I don't know
neither.
what that means. People always say it.
People
Benjamin
say
Button.
it. How do you make a movie out of a man who ages backwards?
Make it in reverse. Shoot the end ones.
I don't think it was a real man.
or filmed in real time.
Or filmed in real time.
All right, here we have Oshoumi up against Shiden. Juryo 9 East, Juryo 8 West. What a matchup. Oshoumi coming into this off a 4-7, 4 days off. So Oshoumi, he has problems in the upstairs, in the shoulder, in the arms area, and they plague him at the worst time. He was at his highest rank of Juryo 4, very popular Rikishi, as you can see there on the screen. But had to pull out for a couple of days, and of course then went Makukoshi, dropped down to Juryo 9, but we'll be looking for some success from him here.
Well, almost mirrored on the other side with Shiden. He was also at Juryo 4 back in March. A very disappointing 4-11. We were there for it. Hated seeing my boy lose day after day.
Yeah.
Awful.
It wasn't pleasant. It's not nice to see either of these two lose. We have to see that today, which is one of the perils of sumo, I suppose. You can't have dual winners. I'd love to see it, especially on day one. Here we have Oshoumi up against Shiden. Day one of Natsu basho. Oshoumi down first. Shiden springs forward and he goes in low. He gets the arms around Oshoumi. He's pushing forward, but Oshoumi stabilizes. He has the left hand there gripped on the belt of Shiden. What can he do with it? Shiden's trying to keep him high with the left arm, trying to lift that shoulder up so that he can continue to push forward. But Oshoumi really is staying stable here, trying to take advantage of the dodgy knees of Shiden, but it's Shiden who pulls him the full 180. Oshoumi pushes backwards, doesn't let himself be taken over. This is an exciting bout. They stabilise here again.
Oshoumi absolutely putting on a masterclass of defensive sumo so far. This has been incredible to watch. The blood streaming from Shiden's head.
Dramatic. Shiden's got a clonk on the top of the head, but he's not letting it worry him. He's trying to push forward, but it's Oshoumi who finishes this bout off, taking Shiden back and over the Tawara.
Gee, I was not expecting to be lifted so high by the
Brilliant.
Oshoumi and Shiden bout. That was incredible. As one of the ladies in the crowd gets in her friend's face and says Oshoumi forever.
Loves the man.
A brilliant bout. We'll see the opening here. Watch. Oh no, we're going to take it from the end there. Oshoumi overpowering Shiden despite that strong right hand grip that Shiden had. The belt was a little loose on Oshoumi and you could see the blood dripping down the forehead there. That's very, very concerning. But a brilliant Yorikiri win from Oshoumi today.
Yeah, not nice to lose and have your knees not working and then get a wound on the top of the head.
Yeah, absolutely. Hope he's okay, Shiden. I'm sure it's just a bit of a surface... Superficial wound. Bit of tape on that.
Wound sounds so dramatic.
Yeah, well, it was. We can see someone finishing off. Well, this is a very rare insight into the cottage industry that is homemade fans. Someone finishing their homework at the last minute. I couldn't actually see who that was on the fan, though.
Well, now looking at the Shikono, I think it was Shimonumi. It was the first kanji it was the cross up the top.
Gee. As we see Korueho putting on an absolute display, thrilling the crowd in Tokyo with his high shiko leg stands, whatever you call them.
I mean, imagine fronting up to day one of Natsu Basho. It's Shimanumi versus Koroeho, and you're in the stands making a Shimanumi fan. No, he's got fans.
I don't mind the idea of bringing 12 blank fans and then just vibing when you see that people get up and quickly making the fan for who you want to support.
It'd take a while, though. I mean, look at the second.
No, I know.
The second kanji there, that's hard work.
It would take us weeks. Okay, Juryo does this to some people, and
it's the high point.
It's
the
day
high
for
point.
many. And especially if you've started drinking at 11 a.m, by the time Juryo rolls around, you can be peaking. And especially you've seen the big shiko from Koroeho, and you see Shimanumi step up. It can get a little bit too much.
Koroeho here at Juryo 7. It's his equal highest rank. He was at Juryo 7 West, and he went 7 and 8, lost the last 2 days, but they said, well, son, we appreciate you and we appreciate what you're doing for sumo. We appreciate double brother wins, and we will keep you at Juryo 7 West. But they don't put a little red box around your name on Sumo DB, which is a bit of a shame. Equal top rank, surely.
Shimanumi in March picked up a rare kachikoshi, rare for him recently. It's his first kachikoshi in 4 basho. And I love Shimanumi's style. Got his kachikoshi on day 11. Oh, sorry, day 10, I should say. And then just lost the rest of the bouts. I love that.
The commitment to losing.
The commitment to going, I've got my 8 wins. Let's not get selfish. Let's share them around. Let's be a community-minded Rikishi. And just cruise to the Senshu Raku party.
I mean, I think there's something in that for all of us.
No, I think so. Do the bare minimum and then coast.
So we're seeing a lot of brother combinations at the moment. We didn't get to talk about it today, but we will on our next Juryo live stream. But Mudoho coming into the Sekitori ranks, the brother of Oho. There is a third brother. Stop messaging me on Instagram. I know that. It's Nara. I'm focusing on the top 2.
All right, looks like they're ready to go. Koroeho down first. Shimanumi on the left of your screen getting ready. They come forward. Koroeho darting that left hand around, looking for the belt, but Shimanumi fights back. He's got Koroeho in all sorts of trouble. Koroeho finds a way around and gives us a beautiful okuridashi for day 1. Very, very smart and responsive sumo from Koroeho.
First okuridashi in the salaried ranks. It was from Koroeho.
Are we sure about that? Have you checked the
I didn't even check. I just yellowed that one.
No, the salaried ranks start when we start watching.
That's right. Well, the salaried ranks start when I see my first okuridashi. So Koroeho, a good win there, a very good movement, pulling Shimanumi past him with his arm, getting in behind, and didn't those fans appreciate that? So Koroeho is representing the brothers here because Koroshoho is Kyujo. His right thigh was injured during the YDC, the Yokozuna Deliberation Committee practice session. And so he's thinking about coming back, but we're not sure yet.
Has no one told Koroshoho that they don't matter? Don't go hard at those events.
Go hard. Don't strain the thigh.
No,
don't get too low.
You're meant to go out, do a throw on the bales, but then do a peace sign, aren't you? It's that kind of thing, right?
Do a bit of funny sumo.
Funny sumo.
Don't injure yourself the worst time.
Really sucks the humour out of an event. All right, the next bout we have is Tomokaze up against Daiseisan. Tomokaze coming in at Juryo 7, Daiseisan at Juryo 6. Tomokaze, the man that Japan has forgiven, is back here with a fresh start after a 7 and 8 in March. And I talk about forgiveness. Echoed in the Banzuke, Tomokaze comes out at the same rank, Juryo 7 East. He was at Juryo 7 East, 7 and 8. Sumo, as life is about second chances. It's about forgiveness.
If there's anyone who deserves one, it's
Tomokaze. Yeah. No, I think it is. I mean, We've all had a bit too much to drink.
All right,
anyway,
all right,
we won't
all
get
right.
into it now. We won't get into it.
That's the end of that. On the other side, Dai Seizan from Arashiobeya, a very popular stable, the home of the Waka brothers, another excellent brother combination. Yes, I know there's a third brother. Stop defending myself. Dai Seizan at his highest rank, which is great news for this young man. He is only 24 years old. I'm a fan here of Dai Seizan. I have been for 4 or 5.
Yeah, no, I know. You were very early on the Dai Seizan train.
He went 8 and 7 in March at Juryo 10, and he's got a bump. He's got a bump right up to Juryo 6, and he'll be looking forward to some more success here, hopefully.
We normally like to say hello to people in the chat.
Yep.
And I think I'm going to start trying. Roy Trom,
Okay.
Thank you for joining us. The Last Hurrah Funerals, Kimber, great to have you. Caleb, Matt, great to have you here. Dr. Quack, as always. Caleb, so
Yes.
great to have you. Mawashi Guru,
Caleb got a double Caleb. Brenda.
Rachel,
Rachel.
big red. Look, that looks like a big red sumo
How do you
hand.
get the big red hand in
Rachel's
the chat?
dropped in the chat there. Yeah, apologies again for being a little late on the stream.
I know Justine is here too.
Oh,
Saw
yeah?
Justine earlier. It is time for Tomokaze up against Dai Seizan. They are 2-2 head to head. Dai Seizan coming forward. That was a good touchy eye from both here. Very active with the hands and the upper bodies here. Dai Seizan, though, then latches onto the belt of Tomokaze with the left hand and takes him back and out. That's a powerful win. And doesn't he show it on the face?
I tell you what, lots of attitude from Dai Seizan there. I mean, no one likes getting slapped in the face while you're trying to do your job.
No, you shouldn't have to be.
Tomokaze inadvertently summoned the beast today. We see the replay here. Tomokaze, very, very positive start here. Slaps Dai Seizan. Dai Seizan gives him one back, but then just latches onto the left hand of the belt. And it's these situations that Tomokaze... Oh, look at that. Look, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Tomokaze struggles.
The sniff of victory.
I'll tell you what. Smells good. Yorikiri win for Dai Seizan on day 1. Lola, hello.
Roy saying that Koroshoho was doing lending his chest for the Batsukari exercises in the practice. That makes me think it's just that awful ping of a muscle where you're just doing something normal and it just goes. It must have been such an awful feeling for him to feel while he's just doing a regulation exercise. He has said, apparently straight after he could barely walk, Koroshoho. Now he's started to walk. He's started to do some light practice and he's thinking about coming back. So hopefully we get to see that.
Hopefully we do. All right, this next bout we have for you today is Hitoshi up against Waka Ikari. Waka Ikari, now we talk about Banzuke dreams.
Yep.
We talk about Banzuke miracles. I should say Waka Ikari in March at Juryo 9 went 8 and 7.
Yep.
And today finds himself in Natsu fighting at Juryo 5. A 4 rank bump for an 8 and 7. I like it.
And weren't people pleased about it? Were they cheering like crazy for him when he came in? I think so.
It did seem that way, didn't it? The Abema vision switcher certainly put the camera on, one of the 2 cameras onto Waka Ikari, which shows how much they wanted to put that young man on the screen. His opponent today, Hitoshi.
Hitoshi from Oitakazebeya. He bombed out of his first Juryo experience, but he's come back with force this time. Came back in March at Juryo 12, went 9 and 6. Could have gone even better. He lost the last 2 days, just ran out of steam a little bit.
No, he was preserving strength.
Preserving
Strength. Oh, God.
he went all the way up to Juryo 6. This is his highest rank.
There's something that looks different about Hitoshi now,
Yeah.
right?
Focused.
Focused.
Preserved.
Harder. He's learnt from the lows.
Yep. And boy, those lows were lows.
Yeah, they were. He's grown up a lot. The Gyoji points the Gunbai forward. He's ready for some sumo. We look at that rather heavily bandaged left arm of Waka Ikari there.
Bits popping out all over the place.
All over the shop. Waka Ikari comes forward, looks to get low. Hitoshi stands him up, but Waka Ikari fights back. Hitoshi trying to get something going. But look at the ferocity of Waka Ikari throwing himself over and over at Hitoshi. This is the sumo that has made Japan, the world, fall in love with Waka Ikari.
Look, I've watched Doskoi Sumo Salon. And I understand pushing and thrusting now. And that was I would put Waka Ikari up in the power thrust section of the graph.
Oh,
here.
I would have gone speed
thrust. Yeah, speed thrust.
We're all about the quadrants here.
Can you have power and speed on the same thing? Because that's what Waka Ikari did today. He was taken back, but then he closed that distance. He got taken back again. And then he found the perfect distance to force Hitoshi into that pull. But just forced him into an unforced error, right?
What? Unforced error, perhaps. I mean, the pressure that he put on Hitoshi there was immense. Yep. But Hitoshi, even on that replay, could see he had his head up, his eyes fixated on his opponent. Hitoshi thought he could get himself out of that.
You know that Japanese meme for a while where you do the blast and they get thrown backwards?
Oh, yeah.
What was that called?
It's
like
a
hand motion and then people get blasted.
Oh, it's
back.
like a Dragon Ball Z thing.
Well, that's what happened to Hitoshi there. That wouldn't have been fun for him actually falling off the doyo like that.
It would be a little bit fun.
Well, if he saw the video of it and he could put it up.
Yeah.
In the future when he was uninjured.
Kimber's saying that he bit his lip. I didn't see that. The worst feeling. We're just taking some commercials at the moment, so no need to be alarmed. We're still here.
Next bout, Nishiki Fuji up against Kageaki. Two good Makuuchi boys down on our
old friends.
We know them. We love them.
Good to see them back. Nishiki Fuji.
Good to see them back in Juryo.
Well, it is. Because we don't get the joy of seeing... well, it's been a while since we've seen Nishiki Fuji back here. I think we've got to go all the way back to January of 2024.
Yeah, he's had some really good luck, some famous good luck. Going Makukoshi 7 and 8 right at the bottom of Makuuchi and not being sent down.
So at Maegashira 13 went Kyujo on day 2 back in March. I'm sure the Banzuke committee were looking for a way to move him to Maegashira 17.
They just couldn't do it. That's all they wanted to do.
It would have felt bad.
Okay, convene. Step 1. How can we get Nishiki Fuji to Maegashira 17?
Well, it's funny, and again, Kageaki, another man very much blessed by Banzuke luck.
Yes. Kageaki, he's 30 years old, and he has been dabbling in Juryo recently, and he's back down here again.
It's where he should be.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Hate to say it. Oh, I like this person on the right. Has the Nishiki Fuji towel with a bit of bling in it.
Yeah, that's
It's been bedazzled.
Yep. They don't mind a bedazzle, the Japanese fans. It's quite popular, isn't it, to put the jewels around the edge?
Oh, I guess so. But I've never seen a traditional towel with like just key rings jammed into it.
Yeah, middle bedazzling. Oh, look at that one.
Oh, the yellow one. Beautiful work of negative space. Oh, and a great cut to Kageaki. Gee, the cinematography today on Abema. Can Abema be nominated for an Emmy Award?
They settle down here for their bout. It's Nishiki Fuji up against Kageaki. Both obviously wanting to get back into the top division. And Nishiki Fuji wants it so much that he'll do a henka. Big step to the left. I'll paint you a picture. Steps to the left, Kageaki.
Well, the other thing
down.
that can paint a picture is the rapid series of moving pictures you can see on your screen at the moment. Oh,
proud.
Look, yeah,
proud
of the dog act. Okay, we see Nishiki Fuji. Wow. He woke up this morning and he chose henka.
Yep.
And look
he
at him.
dreamt about it, I think.
Was it? I mean, I'm sure in his post-bout interview he'll say, oh, well, you know, the body just... Oh, Tsuki Atoshi. That's generous. That's generous.
It really is. I need to see if Nishiki Fuji has ever been in the henka spreadsheet before of Dr. Van Marshman. I'm not sure if he has.
We did have the pleasure of catching up with Dr. Ben Marshman on Friday night. We made an appointment.
Yep.
It was Bob Build. No, we had to pay a bit of an excess on it, but worth every cent as we see the Sanyaku come out. Hoshoryu, the Yokozuna, behind him, Onosato. Potential next Yokozuna. Behind him, Daisho. Forever Sekiwake, and behind him, Takayasu. I've heard a lot of talk about Takayasu and an Ozeki run. How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel anxious.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I'll just come out and straight out admit it. I think you should say for Daisho, I think you should say potential Ozeki. But you refuse to engage in that.
Look, I'd be happier than anyone if Daisho got to Ozeki. It's just that, let's be real. I think he plays his part perfectly at Sekiwake. It's where he needs to be.
On the other side, we have Wakataka Kage back.
Has Wakataka Kage been in a knife fight? He's got a big slash across his chest.
No. I'm sure everybody in this chat knows what's happened to his cheek. You're all very well...
His cheek. His front cheek. It's like kind of on his stomach.
Oh, is it? His stomach cheek. If you want to see an angle of Kodozakura too doing his famous angry face, but from behind, it won't be up for very long, but go and look at our Instagram.
I don't think I've seen that.
I've taken a revolutionary video.
Oh, okay. So it's the feeling of angry face.
It's a feeling of angry face, but more bum touches.
Yeah, okay.
He's really perking up his behind.
Yeah.
And then completing the Sanyaku, Kirishima there on the edge.
Gee,
looking disinterested.
He looks like he wants to be anywhere else right now. Oh, we've got the feathered edge split screen.
Smiling.
Onosato looking like he's ready to enjoy the next 15 days. Hoshoryu, the look of absolute determination. History will be made later today. I will be watching my first Hoshoryu Doyo Iri.
Yep. So you've...
maybe, allegedly.
You've perhaps agreed to somehow watch the Hoshoryu Doyo Iri.
If people aren't familiar, we were in Osaka in March, and we were... The first day we went, I think it was about day 10... or day 9. Mm-hmm. It was going to be the first time I was going to see, in real life, Hoshoryu's Doyo Iri as Yokozuna. I hadn't watched the first 9 days of it.
Because you wanted to see it in real life.
I wanted to see it. The first time I wanted to see it, I wanted to be in real life. And that was the day he went Kyujo. Still haven't seen it. I've got no idea what it looks like.
Still remember that text message from Kimber that morning?
Oh, absolutely gutting. No good, but great to see Hoshoryu back. Reports are that the preparation for this basho are looking good for Hoshoryu. He has a lot to prove out on the doyo today.
Doesn't he? And I think he's ready to prove it. It's going to be a big...
He's fighting Wakamoto Haru, if I remember.
He's fighting Wakamoto Haru tomorrow. It's Wakataka Kage today.
Oh, gee, the double brother day 1, day 2 matchup.
Yeah. So Onosato is fighting Wakamoto Haru today.
Oof. Yikes. Dr. Ben is in the chat confirming that this is the first time that Nishiki Fuji has entered the Henka spreadsheet.
Oof. Well, he wants to get back to Makuuchi. We will give this one to him. He gets one free one, and then he's in the bad books.
I mean, it's a funny way to start off Natsu, isn't it?
I love it.
But it also speaks to his mental state, surely, that he's down in Juryo. He should wreck.
Yes.
Technically, right?
Yes. Well, I guess against Kageaki, you can never quite be sure that you're going to wreck.
We are in the final 3 bouts of Juryo, and it's gone especially fast today because we were a little late jumping on. Thank you for everyone who's joined us in the chat. And if you're watching it later, hello from the past. On the screen at the moment, we have Hakuyozan, and his opponent today is Shirakuma. Hakuyozan, the 30-year-old from Takaragawa Bayer. A heya that really stays off the radar.
Not for Takadagawa fans.
No, I mean, it's on the radar for them, but I'm talking about sumo
It's like
normies.
beep for them.
Such as myself. Hakuyo-san had a great time back in March. He went 9-6, but his opponent today, the man who sells merch, Shirokuma.
He sure does. So popular. And merch that the JSA hasn't even put out.
Yep.
Just polar bear merch distributors around the world thanking Shirokuma, thanking Nishonoseki for the name.
We got people running zoos and aquariums, probably shifting a little polar bear merch throughout the year, but now suddenly they've got the factories in overdrive cranking out the white bear.
I have to admit, we took your niece to the aquarium recently, and I did contemplate buying a polar bear from there, but it was quite expensive. But it would have been less expensive than, shipping anything from Japan, anything official.
Do you have... Do they have polar bears at Melbourne Aquarium?
No.
I'm glad about that. They shouldn't.
have a lot. No, they shouldn't. But they have a lot of merch.
Merch.
That you feel like could be at an aquarium.
Yeah, you go into the merch shop and you go, oh, I must have missed the polar bears.
It's like the sea.
Yeah.
In inverted commas.
I think they should have a different aquarium for ice, snow things. Mm-hmm. So have it kind of polar bears, penguins.
Whoa, they're going. Oh. They's going together. Shirokuma with the left hand on the inside. Hakuyo-san also has the left hand on the inside. They're matched. But it's Shirokuma who starts to move forward. This is classic Shirokuma, and this is great news for him as he takes Hakuyo-san over the Tawara. It feels like he's back a bit.
Polar bears, penguins, and then snow foxes. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's have a look at this bout.
Oh, we weren't even looking at the screen.
Yeah, once I get started on animals that can tolerate the cold weather. Taking a look at the replay here, fast and responsive sumo from Shirokuma, getting under the arms of the bigger Hakuyo-san. This is a great signs for Shirokuma, staying low, keeping the pressure on Hakuyo-san, working him back. This is the kind of sumo that we want to see from Shirokuma. Bit more workmanlike, stronger. No memes.
The
Good
top
times.
of Juryo is his place at the moment. That's where he's really finding that he can push forward like that and win. He's attempted to get, well, he hasn't attempted. He's got into Makuuchi 2 times before. Maikushira 16 and 17 respectively. And the first time gone out injured, the second time 5 and 10. We saw that in March, sitting next to our huge Shirokuma friends. Who were equally as disappointed as us, but he's going to have another go here at Juryo 3, and that was a good start.
Welcome to Juryo, a man we haven't seen here in 13 years, Takara Fuji.
Damn, 13 years.
January 2012 was the last time that we saw Takara Fuji in Juryo. 38 years old. I mean, this feels a bit weird. This man has been so much part of Makuuchi sumo for me. The man we call the businessman. His sumo very rarely flashy, businesslike. The Abema camera person focusing in on the heavy strapping on the feet. His opponent today, Fujiseon.
Fujiseon enjoying success in Juryo. In March, he was at Juryo 5. And he went 9 and 6, and he looked stable and strong and fast and powerful. He's moved up to his highest rank ever of Juryo 2. He's been in the business only since 2021. It hasn't been a long time.
It feels like a lot longer. Juryo 2, you said this is his highest rank?
Yep,
great. Knocking on the door of Makuuchi promotion. Is it time?
It could be
Does
time.
Does it feel like it's time? I'm not sure.
I think he doesn't feel flashy to me, so I feel like it's just a good, solid time. He's been in Juryo for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yep.
And he's been in before in 2023.
So the 6
bouts, 6 basho now.
The 27-year-old arguably in career best form. But today he has to go against a man who has seen so much sumo, Takara Fuji. His 2 sons would be at home, willing dad on to not lose in Juryo. Takara Fuji down first. Slows down the attack of Fuji Seion, trying to get the arms under control. A big pull and guides Fuji Seion to the ground. Takara Fuji, again, not spectacular, but did what needed to be done.
A good day for Isagahama in Juryo. They're used to their rikishi moving up through Juryo. At the moment, Isagahama Bay are having a bit of a Juryo downwards moment, but both rikishi, Takara Fuji here staying steady and pulling Fuji Seion down, and Nishiki Fuji with the henka, yes, but both Isagahama rikishi here coming off with a win.
It wouldn't be out of the question to think that Takara Fuji takes the Juryo Yusho.
I agree, actually.
He's going to be very, very hard to beat in terms of his ability to take no matter what comes at him, slow it down, and then control a bout. I think he's going to be very, very dangerous.
It's so interesting too for someone like Kusano, who we see here on our screen, rikishi of the future. So excited to see what he's going to do. To come up, like what a gift to come up against Takara Fuji here in Juryo and to learn from about, not today, obviously, he's against Hidenoumi. I mean, I guess he'll learn something. Yeah. But to get eventually to come up against Takara Fuji, probably tomorrow. I can't be bothered.
It's like what Kusano will learn today. It's like, this is what it's like to fight Tobizaru if the genetics have gone a little bit wrong.
Well, Kusano, very popular, very good at sumo. He's here at Juryo 1 after winning the Juryo Yusho in March from Juryo 14. Love to do it right from the bottom. He only lost 2.
Yeah,
Gee, is that in my
very
memory?
good basho, yeah.
He lost to Kaio.
Yeah.
Kaio coming up in Natsu up into Makuuchi. Can't wait to see how he goes.
Well, are the rumours true that Kaio is Kyujo?
I don't think he's Kyujo. I haven't checked today, but I think he might be. He looked like he was possibly injured.
Yeah.
From the training. Stop training.
A lot of people have been stopping me in the street wanting to talk about Hidenoumi. He's at Juryo 2 after that, it was a blow-away 10-5 back in March from Juryo 6.
I love that.
Hidenoumi has not been at a rank higher since July 2022. So we are talking the rebirth of Hidenoumi, the betting scandal years behind him now. He's finally got the mind right. The sumo's starting to happen, but today takes on one of the rising stars.
Yeah, Kusano just looks like, obviously he's going to enjoy success. Also from Isagahama, he is one of the ones coming up.
Shades of when we saw Mitakeumi rise through Juryo very quickly, appears fully formed and sweeps through Juryo. I wonder if Kusano will have that instant success in Makuuchi when he inevitably finds himself there in July.
I wonder, and I can't wait to see. This is only his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th basho. Dr. Quack saying that Kaio felt better the next day. That's so great.
Oh, that's great.
All right, here we go. Kusano down first. Hidenoumi, what can he do? Kusano comes out with the arms outstretched, but he doesn't manage to move Hidenoumi back, and it's Hidenoumi who manages to move forward and takes Kusano straight over the bales. What happened here?
Yeah, well, I think that's the experience of Hidenoumi showing his ability to handle the enthusiasm of Kusano out of the tachi-ai. Didn't have to do too much, really, but just, we'll see on the replay here, turned the energy against Kusano. Didn't allow him to get in low, kept Kusano off the belt, and it didn't feel like Kusano had a plan B.
No, I agree. I guess what I struggled with there in the commentary was understanding what Kusano was doing, because I expected him to move straight forward, and he didn't. He just kind of stood there and wasn't able to do much.
Yeah, and Hidenoumi has probably watched the tapes. He's seen Kusano go around. He knows that he needs that belt grip to really dominate a bout. Very clever sumo from Hidenumi, and maybe we'll see a Hidenumi return.
Maybe.
That wasn't something I had on my Sumo Kaboom bingo card for 2025.
I think that's definitely on the Sumo Kaboom bingo card now. I mean, there's a few guys here from Juryo who have been up in Makuuchi before who could get back up there. Mitakuhumi at Juryo 1, who today is fighting up in Makuuchi, so he's at Juryo 1 and we haven't seen him fight yet. Hidenumi, Takara Fuji, Kageaki and Nishiki Fuji.
Interesting. I feel a bit denied that we didn't get to see Mitakuhumi go around today in Juryo.
Yeah. Who's he got today? Let me go back to the Torakumi. He's fighting Tochitaka, in the first bout of Makuuchi.
It's a Juryo bout. Let's face it. And we see Atami Fuji stepping up onto the doyo. Yeah, a lot of Endo fans in the crowd today in Tokyo. Oh, Meisei.
Beautiful Meisei.
The man who had the honour of meeting you at the Senshiraku in March. Wow, kind of a lukewarm response for Aonishiki. Tokyo, get behind this kid.
I feel like we haven't had a Tokyo Basho for about 5 years.
Yeah, I know. It feels like a long time, doesn't it? Hakuoho with the Mawashi that probably needed another few revisions in the design process. Saw Shorma with a big old, looks like a football. Yeah, people love Ura no matter where you go in Japan. Takeru Fuji with a beautiful scenic railway motif.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
I love
beautiful.
that. That's one of my favourites, actually. Gonoyama featured in Doskoi Sumo Salon because he is a pusher thruster. Put himself on the chart.
He's got those horseshoes up the right way, full of luck.
Keeping the luck
In.
inside.
It's where it needs to be. Wow, the crowd roar for Takayasu getting up onto the doyo.
I did see that he said he wanted to become Ozeki again. I mean, he has to continue that refrain.
Yeah, okay.
He's at Komusubi now. Here we have Ozeki Onosato, seen by many to be the Yusho.
Well, arguably the man to beat this basho. Looks absolutely unstoppable. Oh, we didn't see a Ryuden get up, did we?
Did you not notice it? Oh,
no,
she just swapped towels. That's me. She is me. She had one towel up and she swapped to another towel.
The guy in the hat there looks like that's the first time he's ever held up a towel, and boy, was he having a good time with it.
Well, look, that's Juryo. Apologies that we're a little bit late. That's how life goes. But we are Sumo Mainichi. We will be with you for a podcast every single day of this basho. You can find it on all your podcast platforms if you subscribe to them. We're also on Instagram. We're on Blue Sky as well, Sumo Mainichi.
Do we have a Pinterest?
Yeah, I just put up photos of... I couldn't think of anything quick enough.
No, we don't have a Pinterest.
Short eye. There you go.
Oh, a short eye dedicated Pinterest would go off.
Pinterest.
Yeah. All right,
there he is.
Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you. We'll be streaming next Saturday or Sunday. We haven't decided yet.
Yeah, maybe both.
Oh, well, one step at a time, one step at a time. Enjoy Natsu Basho. We'll see you soon.
Thank you so much for being with us. Bye.
Yeah.